So, this video is gonna be towards Kent. Um, Me and him have really, never really talked. But I have, commented on his videos maybe once or twice when he was active on YouTube. Um, if Kent, I'm really hoping that Kent does not come back to YouTube. I'm really tired of him, and it ends up being a repetitive sob story, Elliot Rodgers type of dilemma of, talking to yourself in the car, sounding like a madman. It gets tiresome. It's not something that women will find appealing. And when men give you sound advice, you end up um, over critiquing it and being like, nah, man, that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. You see, what the problem is, it's them females that's rejecting me. And it's because of y'all and the black community. And, it turns into that coon shit. Yeah, it turns into that coon shit real quick. Um, I don't have any respect for Kent. Um, but I will say that I hope he's not going to do anything stupid because we've been watching this madman cry himself to sleep for like what 3 years now. He's been doing this since 2015. 2 to 3 years, and enough's enough. And Kent needs to stay off of YouTube. And one thing I am glad about is that his friend Jamil the King, who I've talked to a couple times through YouTube comments, you know, at least he has some common sense that that he better not even show up into YouTube again. And so, luckily, he ran himself out. Because I was really tired of his goofiness, where he's crying about Asian women not liking him, and it gets so repetitive. I'm like, he starts developing feelings for every little girl that looks towards his direction, and next thing you know, he's crying about, oh, I didn't get her number, or she's she doesn't like me and whatever. And these women, they don't understand what I go through or whatever. And it's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous and pointless to even go on YouTube crying. And we're not going to pity you anymore. That's the thing. We're not going to pity you. We're not going to be like, oh man, this is an upstanding young man and he deserves a girlfriend. No, we're just going to clown your ass because we've gotten tired of Kent especially coming in and out of YouTube and crying about how suicidal he is and he needs a girlfriend right now. But one thing I will say though, Kent is not entirely wrong. I've been through what he goes through. He's not entirely wrong. Yeah, black girls like bad boys and thugs. And I was listening to another a black female YouTuber who was addressing Kent, and she's this Alabama chick, light skinned chick, who kind of comes off as the pretty nerdy girl. And the thing I didn't like about her was that she was completely dishonest. Oh, you sound like a cool guy, Kent. I would hang out with you. You're not ugly. You just need confidence, and if you just be yourself, and it was like, just stop. Stop talk. And us girls, we like nice guys. We don't like bad boys. Look at my husband. He's a good guy. It's like, just stop. You're not helping the situation by saying that. Oh, you're the rose in the concrete, talking about you was the pretty girl who chose the good guy, and it's like, it's a sound argument. We black men and Kent, they do have a point. Yeah, they like black girls like bad boys. I don't understand the debating in that, because we can look at the black community itself, and it's torn up, and we see the rape and pillage of of black women by the hands of these guys. We see how irresponsible they are, and we keep seeing how they keep getting chosen time and time again. And when black men say something about it, it's like we always get charged with, oh well, we're being misogynistic, or we're restricting black women's sexuality, respectability politics, or whatever. And that's something that black women do not want to accept. You're not dating the nice guys. You're not dating the nerds. The one thing that I've said in my other video, on the black chat with the girls from England talking about they like thugs, I said that in my video, that the reason why these girls like bad boys and thugs, because the nerds are not protecting black women. Black women don't feel protected by those guys. They're victims just as well by the thugs. And it ends up being, if you can't beat them, join them. And so, it's a dog eat dog world in the black community, because nobody is really handling thugs except what? Other thugs. And so, they just like, yeah, let me just get the baddest one, and then he will put all the rest in check. What are black nerds doing to protect black women? They're not doing anything. And so when they don't give you cooperation, to some small percent of degree, they're in the right, but it's like a lose lose, because, you know, when I look at Kent, I don't see a girl feeling protected. I just see some dude who is just emotional, runs off with anger, and then blames women for his mistakes. I look at Kent, I just see a little kid. And I know black women don't feel protected by him. This is a kid who publicly shames himself, man. I mean, like, geez, how low is your self-esteem where you're crying on YouTube? And it's not once. He's done this multiple times, where he's crying and yelling in the car. And you really think that, black women find that appealing? Like, oh, they're gonna say like, oh, he's a nice guy deep down. Like, they're not gonna do it. And Kent, yeah, he's a lost cause, man. He needs to stay the fuck out of YouTube.